Hi, I am Kate Desoy. Before we go on into my topic, let's refresh the idea of universalizability. So, ano nga ba ang universalizability? One of the most important idea in substantive moral theory or Kantian ethics by Immanuel Kant is the principle of universalizability. This means that action is only moral if it can be applied to everyone without contradiction. Kant suggests that before we act, we should ask ourselves, what if everyone did this? If the world will fall into chaos or the action will lose its meaning, then it is immoral. Halimbawa, imagine if everyone made promises but they did not intend to keep, trust will disappear and no one will believe promises anymore. This shows that breaking promises is wrong because it cannot be universalized. Another example is, halimbawa, yung tao, mag-borrow ng money and mag-promise na mag-pay it back but hindi ginawa, and everyone did the same, trust in promises will disappear. This means breaking promises is immoral. So, let's go on to my topic. So, my topic is all about Maxim. So, ano nga ba ang Maxim? A maxim is a personal rule that guides our action. It's like a habit or policy that we follow in our daily lives. In short, maxim is subjective because it's not applicable in other or it cannot be universalized because if I have a rule na magsimba ako every Sunday, it's not applicable sa ibang tao kasi what if hindi nila rule yung magsimba sila every Sunday. So, maxim has a four categorical imperative. So, first, I stated the maxim. So, let's move on to action. We all know that all of us has a different action. The second is the will. Syempre, bawat isa din sa atin may kanya-kanyang will according of what we want. And the last one is the universal law. Like for example of universal law is the 10 commandments that we follow. So, let's go on and testing a maxim with universalizability. Let's go through the step of testing a maxim using universalizability. So, first step is identify the maxim. Halimbawa, my maxim is I will cheat on my exam. Second, imagine if everyone follow this maxim, if all students cheat, grades will become meaningless. And finally, ask yourself, does this create a contradiction? On my point of view, maxim, I will cheat on my test. Does it create contradiction? Yes. That means cheating is immoral. So another example is stealing. If everyone stole, society would collapse because no one would own anything. This shows that stealing cannot be universalized and is therefore it is wrong. So let's proceed in Kant moral theory and rational will. So what is Kant moral theory? Kant's moral theory is called the categorical imperative. It states that action must be universal and based on duty, not emotion or consequences. This means that if an action is truly moral, it should be applicable to everyone in every situation without exception. Halimbawa nito is returning a borrowed item is always the right thing to do, even if no one is watching. Like sa example of the story that Patrick stated. If we make an exemption for ourselves, we break Kant's rule of universal morality. Another example is not spreading false rumors. Even in Marites is fun, it's mali because makakause ng harm into others. Let's go in rational will. So ano nga ba ang rational will? Another important concept is rational will. This means that we should make decisions based on reason rather than emotion. Because emotion can change but moral principles should remain constant. Like good decision comes from logic and duty, not temporary feelings. Halimbawa na lang nito ay, a judge should not let personal feelings affect a court decision. Instead, they should rely on laws and reason. This ensures fairness and justice. So, let's go to the last but not the least. So, why feelings should not control morality? Because Kant believes that feelings should not determine morality because sometimes emotion can be unreliable because something feels good but doesn't mean it is right, alright? Example, if helping others is based on feeling good, what happens if ikaw hindi ka mag-feel like helping other people? And also another example is a police officers arrest a criminal even if they are personally know them. So halimbawa yung police officer gi-arrest na yung criminal na personally know niya or halimbawa kadugo niya. So the emotion there is they have a connection which is halimbawa magkadugo sila. So that means feeling should not controlled by morality. That's all. Thank you. Bye bye.